Hello friends, my name is Olga. I am Ukrainian refugee and now I want to tell you about some news from Ukraine. Today, unfortunately, our president Zelensky had a car accident. The driver had some small, not essential, maybe injuries, but President Zelensky is okay. He had nothing at all, and so he is healthy and can continue to work. And that was just a private small car that crashed into the president's car, and I don't know still if it was really an accident, so without any bad intentions, or it was really some, I don't know, collaborant of Russians when he or she did it for big money. So we have such a news today. Generally these days in Kharkiv region, in maybe also in Kiev, I think that most of maybe eastern Ukraine, we have problems with electricity, because Russians, they started to destroy the different objects that maintain the voltage of electricity. For example, in Sumy region, it's not enough to making the all electrical devices work. It should be 220 volt, but it's now it's in Sumy region only 160. It's very weak, and in Kharkiv region all the time Russians they strike missiles and they destroy some lab. It's like lines of high voltage electricity, and they also some our security service they found, and maybe not just security service but some chats of collaborants and Russians where they writing that it's very good idea to destroy these lines of high voltage electricity, because it will disorder and will ruin the life of Ukrainians, and they will not be able to think about how to protect themselves, but they will think about how to restore electricity and all things that connected with this, because electricity very important. For example, in hospitals a lot of people couldn't die because they life maintaining and supporting some electrical devices and so on. So that's what's Russia's reply and what is their answer to our very successful counter-attack on the Kharkiv direction. If we are talking about war, of course the main main attack on Kharkiv direction is over, but anyway, Ukrainian army today they freed the one more or even couple village on the Kharkiv direction. It is one of them, it's village Pisky. It is near between Kharkiv region and the Russian border. I mean, it's in the Kharkiv region, but it is closer to Russian border. So in some directions our army still continues returning some territories. On the Kherson direction also I received information that Ukrainian army captured one village and getting closer to Kherson. Now Ukrainian army just have between Kherson and Ukrainian army just one village, one big and very important village called Chernobyevka. Maybe you already know it because it's very important village, because there are a lot of aircrafts. There is military airport, and Russians use it for military aircrafts, and Ukrainians plenty of time destroyed a lot of them, these aircrafts there. But anyway, Ukrainian army they got a little bit closer to Kherson, so only Chernobyevka is on the way to this city. So it's like that. Also, I want to tell you about the attitude of people. For example, in Sviatohirsk, it is also, we will return to Kharkiv. Sviatohirsk, it is one of the cities that were captured not that long time ago, Maybe you remember about it, and maybe even this city already in Donetsk region, but it's very close to Kharkiv region. I now not sure, but it's that direction actually. And the army who came there, their commanders, they talk to our journalists, and they say that people there, they almost lost the faith that Ukraine will return to these lands, and some of them became collaborators, and maybe 1 week before Ukrainian army, or 2 weeks, 1 week before, there was like some Russian holiday, and a lot of these betrayers, they took the Russians' flags and they celebrated it because they understood that they should live in new reality maybe. And so now Ukraine returns this city, and it's kind of very embarrassing situation for them. And these commanders of Ukrainian army told that they will be judged, and they could be in a jail, or I don't know, something. They will have some problems with and questions with justice because of this. And also he said that a lot of people there, not a lot, but some people came to them and told that Russians, when they leave the Sviatohirsk, they told to civilian people that the military proxies of Poland, Polish army came in their city, so they lied that it's not Ukrainian army, but just some Polish battalions or Polish soldiers. I don't know why, because we don't have any soldiers except Ukrainians. Yes, we have not Ukrainian, a lot of foreign equipment, foreign ammunition, but all soldiers are Ukrainian, maybe except international battalion, but it's not numerous. So they escaped, and also some people, they were like victims of propaganda, and they came to Ukrainian positions and started to argue with these soldiers that why Ukraine didn't give up. If Ukraine would give up, will be no war, will be no damaged our houses, will be no such big problems, so why Ukraine didn't give up. But you understand, for example, if you're talking about your own country and some enemy, for example, if it would be Second World War, and someone would told you that why you don't give up, Hitler will capture your country anyway, will kill and will establish his cruel rules, so you shouldn't fight, and you will be anyway like some slave in his cruel empire, so you shouldn't fight for this. I would say no one from normal people will react on this like okay, we will not fight. Of course people want to have freedom, and all people want to protect their own nation, their own values, their own culture and style of life, because it's normal. Any nation, any country in general, because sometimes some countries, they have not one nation but a lot of different, but anyway, the citizens of some country, they want to protect it, and it's normal, because if someone want to get into your flat, you will on sure try to protect it. You will call to police, you will take some weapon, or I don't know. So it's normal situation, and this kind of propaganda to tell that why Ukraine wouldn't give up. Of course, now it's not that popular. Maybe will be because after Ukrainian quite successful counter-attacks, I think that all saw that Ukraine is not that weak and can also fight with Russia, and Russian army is not that strong as they want to, seems to all of the world. And in Russia, of course, a lot of people that supported war in Ukraine, they are also upset, and some of them they wrote some letters, and they want to to change the president or something, but actually they don't want to stop a war. On the contrary, these people, they said that Putin is too weak, and with such a leader we will not conquer Ukraine. So we want another leader, more cruel, more confident, that will make a how to say, general mobilization, that will not say that is special military operation, and will call it just a proper war. And if the army, if Russian army cannot fight Ukrainian army, then there should be general mobilization of all, first of all, men's of Russia, and it will be like a real war of from Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia. And so you see that Putin is not that person who are the bad and that other Russians are good. So a lot of people in Russia, they are more cruel than Putin, unfortunately, and so it's like that. And of course I hope that this mobilization will not happen in Russia, and some Ukrainian experts that it is too late, that it will not help them much, because for mobilization, for making simple civilian men to go to war, they should be prepared somehow, and they will be not skillful soldiers as it should be. Of course they will cause some problems, but anyway. So that is my news for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you that you watching my channel. Actually, I wish you all the best. I hope that Ukrainian army for some time will get more powers also, and will do some more like strong hits, and will make Russians leave our lands anyway, and everything will turn to normal.